Hey guys, Taylem here, and here we are inside Skyrim Special Edition. We're at the Windhelm docks, and you're probably wondering, well, why the heck are we here? Well, simply, I am going to try to break my game, or at least try to slow it down a good sum. The reason being is I was looking at a mod called SSE Fixes, Skyrim Special Edition Fixes. It is by the good mod author Man321, who some of you may know was responsible for the Crash Fix mod for Legacy Skyrim, which I did a video for, which I will link down in the description below in case you're wondering what the heck I'm talking about. And the problem seems to be for me is I cannot, for the life of me, replicate the problems that his fix mod is supposed to address. Basically, what his mod says is when the game starts loading more and more ESPs, you'll have a natural slowdown just for the fact it's adding ESPs, regardless of the content of those ESP files. And he provided a sample blank ESP. So what I have done is I have taken that blank, I have replicated it over 240 times to bloat my load order up to almost a 255 maximum, to try to see if I do have a degradation in my frame rate because of the load. And as of right now, if you can look up to my corner here, you see that my frames are down to about 52 frames a second. I am not sure if this actually has to do with my DxTory recording this game or not. I'm going to go ahead and turn off DxTory, look at my frame rate, and then get right back with you guys. And I'm gonna see if that's the case. Yeah, the frame rate drop that you see right here is down to about 51, 52 from 60. That is caused by DxTory. I'm not sure why it's causing that. I'll have to investigate to see why I'm getting a few frames dropped from the recording process. Doesn't make much sense to me, but I will find out. So we're going to use that 51, 52 as a baseline. We're going to consider that 60 frames per second because that's what the game is actually running at, regardless of what DxTory is apparently doing to my system. And what we're going to do is I'm going to toggle God mode, and I am going to increase my speed enough to where I'm going to really start zipping around. And of course I'm going to turn off clipping, and let's start moving. And we're going to watch my frame rate up at the top. Now it may have momentary drops when I hit loaded areas. Now I want to state that everything here is vanilla. I am not running SKSE. I am not running texture mods. I am not running lighting mods, weather mods, LOD mods. Absolutely zero other than the base game, its DLCs, and of course the Creation Club content, which I managed to get for free because I'm a cheapo, or on severe discount because, again, I'm a cheapo. And as you can see, oh, my frames dropped to about 47 there for a split second. Oh, right here. Go back. Right here. What's up with this? There. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my collision on. Save. 45 frame save. That way, when we load SKE Fixes, we can hop back over here and see exactly what the frame rate is. And to see if it has anything to do with what that mod claims to fix. Oh, I saw you load in. Haha. Haha. I'm running. I'm running like forced. Except without the cool 80s soundtrack. I see a fire, but no peoples. That's kind of cool. Skyrim Special Edition is such an amazing improvement over the original game. We are flying back to Windhelm now. We did a nice circle, didn't we? Okay, let's head south. Let's head towards Riften, and we're going to watch that little counter up top. We're going to see if that sucker dips down far enough to warrant a save. Now, I'm sorry if the frame rate counter is hard for you guys to read. That is just the name of the game. That's the Steam overlay frame rate counter, which is, if you're running Steam, is actually the best way to get a frame rate out there, unless you have an EMB or something. Oh, naked people in T-pose. That's because my clipping's off. There we go. Oh, that's brutal. Oh, why are they naked? Why are they naked? Ooh. Yeah, 3. Okay, I'm leaving. I don't want to know that orc looked mean. Looked like he wanted to do things to me. Whee! We're just gonna run now, dude. Shoo, 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 shoo. Oh, wee! Across the water. Oh, across the water like real fast. Where are we? Okay. Oh, Frames took a dive there for a second. There we go. No, what angle is it? Okay, facing this way, facing this way. There we go. I don't know if it's the mountains or what. So let's go back to here, save 2. There we go. I want to find about 2 more spots. 2 more good spots to run this save. Now, Man321 suggests Riften. Are we even going in the right direction? Are we going in the right direction? No, we're not. We're going the opposite way. We need to go east. East towards Riften. Here's Riften. Ooh, nice drop right here. Let's go TCL. Boosh. Squish. Alright, so we're looking around. And our frames are actually down about 6 or 7 here. Alrighty. Let's save it. Frame save 3. Excellent. Alright. Uno mas. Oh, that was cool. That made me feel like a superhero getting knocked around by a supervillain. Okay. Come on, Frames. Come on. Take a hit. Ooh. Oosh. Oosh. Whee! Boom, like a meteor. Oh, still nothing. Heard a wolf. Oh, there we go. For a second. Let's go back. Back. No. Somewhere. Okay. There we go. That's just a little bit of a dip. Not too much. I want to find one that hits more than that. Oh, it's going. Not enough. I want something that gets me to like the 45. Ooh, wait. Oh, looks like I found a spot. I found a spot. There we go. Hey! Whoa! That's it. That's it. Oops. Suckers. Alright, we're gonna save it right here. Oh, did my frame rate go up when they died? Okay, no. That was just for the other thing. Were they causing my lag? Save 4. There we go. Alright, we have all of our saves, so now it's time to get SSE Fixes installed and see if this improves at all. Alright guys, here we are at the SSE Fixes homepage here on the Nexus. And before we go any further, I would like you guys to at least pause this video and try to give this a read. Just so you understand exactly what it is I am talking about and what the mod author is attempting to fix. More or less here, let's go to my mod organizer. And here's you can see on my Lord order, I have a ton of blank ESPs. There's a whole bunch of copies of the same empty file. Now you're probably wondering, well, it's empty, so it's not really going to have a drag. That's not the point of this fix. The point of this fix is to address what the mod author found to be an FPS drop based on the number of ESPs, whether they're loaded or not with content, and that's what he's attempting to fix. I really couldn't get that much of a drop. We had a few that dropped a handful of FPS, and I'm going to see if this helps fix it. Now, some problems have cropped up. Some people are reporting issues with SKSE or crashes upon zoning into interiors or exteriors. So we're going to try all that, and we're going to attempt to see if this mod is still usable in its current state, and if it's beneficial for people to even bother using it really. So the first step we have to do is we have to install the DLL plugin loader. Now this is a little bit of a process, but we'll do it together just so we can both learn in the process, because I have not done this previously. I'm going to be going through this at the same time as you, so when I screw up, you guys will at least know what not to do. So the first step is saying that we need to do is we need to go to our Skyrim Edition root directory. So let's open up Windows Explorer and go ahead and navigate to your Skyrim Special Edition root directory, which I have up right here. Let's get rid of these old dump files. I don't need those anymore for testing. They're just crowding up my screen. And what we're looking for is we were looking for rename binkw64.dll to binkw64_.dll. So let's copy that real quick. One thing I want to note to you guys, if you don't see how I have my extensions visible, you really should have that visible when you're attempting to rename files like this. If you don't, just go over here to View, go over here to Options, change Folder and Search Options, and what you want to do is go to View, and this box right here, Hidden Files and Folders, show hidden files and folders and drives, and also you want to have enabled the show extensions of known file types, something to that effect. Here we go. The hide extensions to known file types, you want to make sure that is unchecked. All right. That way you can see the full extension. So when you rename, you don't get something like test file.log.txt. And then you're going to have a problem when the mod attempts to find a certain file, but it's not renamed properly. Okay, so this is the one it wanted us to rename. So let's go ahead and rename that to... See, you don't want a double DLL in there. So I'm just going to delete that one, hit enter, and there it is. It is renamed. Now, note, if you install this, when you re-verify your Skyrim install or when Skyrim updates, this will be changed back to the original file. So you're going to have to go through this initial process again every single time that happens. So you're just going to have to pay attention to that. Alrighty, so that's done. Now we need to put the binkw64DLL from the download archive into the folder mentioned in step 1. So let's hop into here. We have two different things here. We have the source loader and the plugin loader. We want the plugin loader, so let's go to manual download. It's pretty small, so it'll be really quick. And there we go, it's in there. Let's leave this open for now, but I'm going to minimize it to get it out of the way. And let's just drag this right into this directory. There we go, it's in there. As you can see, it's dated pretty much older than the new file. I mean, almost a year. This is why I say we're going to try this and see if it still is worth using, something because when you're using a preloader and things like that, if it's not kept up to date, then you call it into question exactly if it's going to benefit you in the long run or if it's going to create you problems. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just give this a close. You can read this text file if you want, or you can drag it in there to read it. Right now, I'm just not going to worry about that. Okay, that's done. Let's go back to our handy-dandy web page here. Let's click over here and see what it says next. All right, how to check if everything is working correctly. Go to where you installed the binkw64.dll. Create a new file if it does not exist called binkw64.log. All right, start a new game and then exit the game. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back into here. Go to new text document. Let's go ahead and paste that in there and see how you have the .log.txt. Just delete the .text part. It'll ask you if you want to change the extension. Yes, you do, and there you go. We're going to leave that open because apparently he wants us to run the game. So we're going to go ahead and jump back into here, and let's give Skyrim Special Edition a quick run, and then we'll cut back into here. All right, so here we are back on the desktop. Now let's go back here to the Nexus, and let me see here. Start and exit the game. It's fine. You only need to enter the main menu. See, now open the binkw64.log file. Okay, let's go ahead and click this open. Failed to get search handle to data, DLL plugins, blah, 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 blah. All right, let me see here. Let's see, what's it supposed to say? It will say that what plugins, if any, were checked or whatever, if they were loaded correctly. If the file is empty, then no plugins were found. This could indicate a problem. Or the folder path, blah, 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 does not exist. Now, does this mean that there's a problem? Failed to get search handle, data plugins. Okay, there shouldn't be a problem then. I think that's what the log is supposed to say if I don't have anything installed, because there is nothing else to install. So I'm just going to assume that everything is okay. All right, don't need to worry about this part here. All right, so the DLL plugin loader, I believe, is completely installed. So let's skip over to the SSE Fixes. Let's go ahead and run down their program directions. Then use a mod manager to install this mod, or put the folder DLL plugins from download archive into your data directory. Well, what we're going to do is we, of course, are going to install this with our mod manager. Let's give that a little click. And another little click. And let's go into here. All right, and there it is right there. Let's click it open. You don't need to worry about this if you're using Mod Organizer because it's just going to put it in the data directory itself. So we're just going to click on OK. Ignore it. Let it do its install. It should be really quick. It'll say that there's no data in it. So we can just go to ignore missing data. Let's check it. And let's jump over to data real quick to make sure that that folder is in here. DLL plugin folder right there. Excellent. So let's jump over to our instructions here. All right, so the file is in there. Okay, what it does, fixes a problem in the game code that causes low FPS with many ESP or ESM plugins installed. All right, let me see. So we tried the bug. Okay, how is this fixed? All right, it explains how. All right, well, apparently that is all we need to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back into here, and we are actually going to launch Skyrim now. We're going to exit out, and then we're going to look at the log file again, see what it says. And then if everything seems to be okay, we're going to jump back into the game and give it all a whirl. All right, we're back here on our desktop, so let's go into our Skyrim installation folder. Let's go down to that log file. All right, checking data, DLL plugins, SPF fix plugin.dll. Okay, loaded. So we know that it's working and everything seems to be okie dokie. So at this point, we're going to load up DxTory. We're going to load up Skyrim again, and we're going to go flying around and see if this plugin actually seems to help at all. Oh, poop shoot. All right, you're probably wondering, well, why are we back here on the desktop? Well, Skyrim crashed. Boom, exploded. Bye-bye. I tried it multiple times, and it bombed every single time because of that DLL plugin. And so I started to think to myself, well, clearly what I said before about it being out of date holds water. So I went perusing around on the forums, and this user by the name of Kodo Bakaya. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. That is a very challenging name to pronounce. Apparently, there is a fix by Rasfim, but it's only available through Dropbox. Now, this is a DLL file. A DLL file is not something you just want to grab from anywhere because it can potentially harm your system. It can contain spyware and numerous other problems that would be bad. You might be thinking, well, how can you trust this? But to be honest with you, your best source are the other people on the site to peruse and read and see the result that any of them had come to. Now, my system's fairly secure. I think I can ascertain if this is dangerous or not. So I'm going to go ahead and head over to this Dropbox file. Go ahead and download it. Just do a direct download. All right, we can go ahead and close this. Let's open this up. What do we got? We got the plugin folder all set up again. So let's go ahead and jump to Mod Organizer, and we are going to disable this here. And let's go ahead and install this new version. I believe it's this one. I'm hoping, because I'm going by the dates. So we're going to go with this one. Set this directory. Click on OK. Ignore it, and there we go. Let's ignore missing data just for my sake. Let's click it on, and let's verify that it's in here. Let's refresh. And there it is right there. Okay, so it's set. We know it's in there and it's working. So I'm going to go back into here. Let's go to the log file. I'm going to delete it. Save. Let's close it. There we go. All right, at this point, I'm going to try Skyrim Special Edition. And if you see me in the game, then you know it worked. All right, guys, here we are in the game. And if I move it around, okay, as you can see, my frame rate isn't changing. Oh, did it actually fix it? Did it indeed solve that FPS dip that seemed to happen for no reason in various locations? That made no sense because it's just as forested as anywhere else. Well, let's continue to find out, shall we? Let's hop into our other 4 saves, or our other 3. Just go down the list, and then on the last save, we'll go skipping through the world again. Just see if the result is the same. Alright, we had a small dip upon loading, but that's fairly normal. Alright, it seems to be fairly smooth and very nice. Very nice indeed. My frame rate seems to be holding steady, jumping to maybe a difference of 1. But overall, it seems to be doing pretty good. Alright. Let's go ahead and jump into the next save. And then one more after that, and then we're going to get jiggy with it. By that I mean we're going to go around to different parts of the world. Even though I'm pretty sure there's probably animation files that allow us to do actually dance like that. Alright, our frame rate. Our frame rape. Call the police. Our frame rate seems to be holding very steady, and I like it a lot. Okay. Let's go ahead and do the last one. Now what I'll do after I go through all this, and if I think it seemed to have fixed it, what I'm going to do is I'll remove it. I'll remove the DLL file, I'll remove the loader, and I'll go back into the game in these same spots to make sure that the frame rate is replicated, the drop. Because sometimes, oh, there's our dead wolves. Sometimes it's just that instance of the game. There just happens to be a dip that won't be replicated any other time that you load up the game. But none of these spots are having a dip at all. Not at all. Now, the spots that he recommended was Riverwood, the interior of Riften, and I believe Falkreath, somewhere over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to COC over to, let's go to the Riften Center. And let's see if we get any kind of dip here. But notice we do have the DLL file installed, so we shouldn't. As we can see, it's running pretty sturdy. It's looking good. Hello.
Take my advice. Don't listen to that talk of a face sculptor.
Face sculptor, huh?
As the thieves.
Okay, let's jump over to Riverwood now. Jump into Riverwood. I don't want to see a face sculptor. Alright. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Did I see you
Oh,
talking
she has
smack?
gloves. I was going to say, man, her hands are dirty.
Maybe. Never. But I would stay away from him if I were
Alright, I'm not seeing any sort of frame rate drop at all. Not even a little bit. So on the face of it, it seems like the DLL is doing its job.
Riverwood's agreeable enough, I suppose.
Yep.
For a northern
So what
village.
we're going to do now is I'm going to remove the DLL and then load back Skyrim again, and we're going to run through these tests and see if we have those frame drops. Alright? I'll be back shortly. Hey guys, Taylem here, and here we are back in Skyrim, and if you look at the frames per second counter, it is down into the 40s again. It went up a little bit there, but now let's go back. Seems to be... Oh, there we go. Drops again. Drops again. Like a naughty, naughty frame per second. Okay. Now we can confirm that there's definitely a frame drop without the fixes installed. It's very minor. It's actually not very much. But there is one present. So let's go ahead and let's jump over to our second one. We're going to try the Riften one too, because the areas that he recommended, I didn't see any frame drop that at all. So it might be different for everybody. Here's my other location. As you can see, it's in the 40s. So it goes up again. Let's go back down here. And there it starts dropping. But it's only minor. It's only 2 or 3 frames. I think the most I've seen it drop was 5. And in the end, you have to realize that even though it's only a few frames drop, it's empty frames drop. There's no reason for the drop. It's not because of textures or AI activity or anything like that. It's just simply, see, there it is. It took a big drop right here. It just simply was a drop just for drop's sake. And so the fixes seemingly solved that drop issue. Boy, I should not drink my drink. I'm having a Gatorade, and for some reason it gave me the hiccups. Like I'm fighting it. Okay, so if I'm talking, I go, I apologize, because it may happen. They're getting harder and harder to fend off. Okay, let's jump into, let's go over here. Number 3. Yes, achievements are disabled. I get it. I don't even have mods installed other than, yeah, nothing. I don't even know why that's popping up like that. Pretty big drop here, though. Look at this. Here, outside of Riften. This is hugely noticeable. This is probably the biggest drop that I've seen thus far. Is right here at Riften. Definitely. I'm not even going to bother with the force save. Let's go right into the Riften origin and see. This is one of the spots he recommended.
Running a little light in the pockets, lass.
I did put some coin in my pocket.
I'm trying to
Your
test here.
pockets.
Stop it.
They're
None of your business.
over
Go away. Stop it.
Maybe
Stop
you'd
it.
like a taste.
No.
I've got a bit of,
Oh,
and in
God.
my line of work,
If I had a flamethrower, I'd
Simple.
like use it on
Once
you right
have
now.
it, I want you to place it in. Oh, sorry. Never mind then, lass. If
Okay,
you change
go
your
away.
mind,
Thank you.
come
All right.
find me.
I'm beginning to think
Now,
moving more
as we can see, strangely here, the frame rate is just going through the floor. Holy snackies. I've never had that happen to me before.
New around Riften?
Take my advice.
What is going on? This is insane.
Now move aside.
My food is the best in all of Skyrim.
I'm down to 40 frames right now. 41. This is like a 10 to 12 frame rate drop right here.
You looking for something or what?
What's the matter with you people? You're stealing my frames. My frames. Just like you want to steal my money, I bet.
You gonna buy something or just here for training?
I'm here to smack you with your own product is what I'm going to do. All right. I know, I'm big talk to NPCs. It's like, come on, come
Buy
on.
some armor and live to tell about it.
Yeah. Come on. Nothing.
If Riften is the best Skyrim
All
has
right.
to offer, I may as well turn.
This is
back right.
pretty bad frame rate drop there. Let's go over to Riverwood. Okay. Now Riverwood doesn't seem to be too bad, at least for me. Seems to be hanging in there, nice and smooth. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, you know, maybe I should have resolved the DX Tory frame rate chunkage before I jumped in here, but you know what? Nah. I know the amount that it subtracts, so I can go by the averages. It's all the same. Yeah, I'm not getting any frame rate issues here in Riverwood. But in Riften, holy heck. Lot of loss there. Alright guys, so with this testing, we can assume that the SSE Fixes works. But you must download the Dropbox version for it not to blow up your game. That is because Man 321 needs to update his, and I really hope he does that soon, just so people can be comfortable with using his products. If you're not comfortable with using the Dropbox DLL, I don't blame you. What this fixes really isn't going to be needed for everybody, but if you're a heavy modder, it might be something that you need to look into. Just be alert to the fact that this is a DLL off of Dropbox, and it is not one off the Nexus, so it could not be completely safe, even though based on the posts everyone has made and me testing it here, I don't think it's an issue. None of my computer's alarms went off, so I'm hoping it's all kosher. I'll probably double check that DLL file, and I'll make it any kind of annotation that I need to if I discover anything to the contrary, but I really doubt that I will, because for the most part, it seems to be running great. Now, if you do decide to use this, keep tabs on the Nexus page. Pay attention to the post. Pay attention if this mod is updated. Ask questions. Hey, even politely say, hey, you know, everyone uses this mod a lot. Maybe you could take the time to actually update it. It couldn't hurt to have that peace of mind for the community. And peace of mind is very important when you are modding a game, because nobody wants to install something that breaks their game. Needless to say, breaks their entire computer. Because let's face it, what would a lot of us do without our computer? We would go crazy. And our dating life would go down the toilet. Just saying. Alright guys, I hope this video was informative and helpful. If you have any questions, please post it down below, or any suggestions, any mod recommendations that I test out. Hey, I'm game to try to do anything to really get you guys excited about my very lame videos. Alright guys, this is Taylem, and I will see you later. Chicken! Chicken! Where's the chicken? Can I shoot a chicken? Did I get like some kind of fire arrows? Fire arrows! Ooh, look at that. This is snazzy. Ooh, holy!
Why are they hurting each other?
That was cool.